And my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe? Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. What's up? What it do? Yeah, I know. Chopper came on singing Britney Spears tonight, and it's only Wednesday. Whatever. How we doing out there tonight? Y'all already know the drill. Drop a comment if you're here with me right now. Very, hopefully this is a short live tonight. I always say it's going to be a short live, but you guys never let me get away with that, do you? It is hot as hell in Santiago right now. Like, I am blazing. Listen, y'all, if y'all going to come live in Santiago, know that you don't have the ocean breeze. Know that the higher up you are, the hotter it's going to be. So my smart ass was like, oh, yeah, I'll take the last floor. 7th floor. Sun be beaming all times of the day. In the evening, the heat rises. So definitely keep that in mind when you guys are looking for an apartment. So what it do? Who's here? What up? Let me turn this off with my hotline blinging. What's up? Camera straight. I think you're all right. Good evening, y'all. Who's here with me? Who's here? What it do? Interesting topic tonight. Like I said, back in the Dominican Republic, Santiago de los Caballeros to be exact. Still doing consultations at realchoppertv at gmail.com. Listen, y'all, save yourself the headaches. Do these consultations, please. Real Chopper TV. Javier, what's good? Yo. 2 minutes. Late crowd tonight. What time is it? Everybody's all quiet. What day is it? Is it Monday? Nah, it's Wednesday. There we go. Who's here? What's up? Good evening. What's good? Thank you, my people. Thank you. I was like, where are you guys? Somebody say good evening, please. I feel lonely. I'm talking to myself. Like I said, back in the Dominican Republic, Dominican. And it's been a topic that in my tomorrow's I'll be here for 1 week officially tomorrow. And everything I've seen on the news and stuff I've been hearing from people in the streets, like, I definitely wanted to cover this for you guys. Richest Method, what's good? Editing a video right now asking if foreigners are in danger abroad. Yeah, man, I'm definitely going to cover that because it's not just the locals that go through it. It's, travelers also, tourists, expat. So, Richest, definitely let me know if you want to join this live tonight. It's all good with me. It's all good. Shout out to you guys watching from the States, watching from Brazil, watching from Colombia. I appreciate your support. If it weren't for you, Chopper TV would not be here. Chopper TV would not be doing lives. Chopper TV no tenía éxito. No va a tener éxito. Yo, Patrick, what up? What's good? Chilling. Good evening. Tadus. Talk about the economy, inflation, protest. Definitely, whatever. Like, let's get to it. I definitely want to hit the crime tonight because the inflation, will definitely lead to more crime. So definitely a good point. Let me write that in my notes. Actually, let's see how inflation affects crime. Definitely. We'll definitely cover that. Who else is here? Good evening. Good morning. Wherever you're watching from. Yo, my brother, háblame de la buena vida. You the one with the good life over there in Building 1. Shout out to my dog. Y'all already know the drill. We need to get Jorge up to 1,000 before the summer's out. We need to get him monetized. Phil Jackson of the Dominican Republic. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my guy's channel, turn on notification bells. My guy Big E, what's good, my brother? Good evening, good evening. All right, yeah, we 5 minutes in. I think we got a good crowd. So what I say we get into it. All right, yeah, good evening. On today's episode, sorry. For your Wednesday night news, live from Chop About TV in the Dominican Republic, we are covering the crime spree going on across the island. Now, let me stop. Well, all jokes aside, yeah, I just got back last Thursday, and I've been paying attention to the edited Policia pages, the Audio Libre. I've been talking to some friends, some neighbors, and I'm not going to front. Crime has always been here in the Dominican Republic. We know this. Developing country, a little bit, maybe, I guess people want to call it corruption here and there. But is crime ascending? What I mean by ascending, is crime more active, becoming more dangerous, more ruthless, happening way too much more than often to anybody's liking, whether they live here, whether they're traveling briefly, tourists? Because I know a lot of people come under the influence like, oh, crime doesn't happen in tourist areas. Crime won't happen in Punta Cana, Bávaro, or in Puerto Plata. And I can understand a sense of security. Yeah, the country will do more to protect those investments. But you guys are wrong. Crime doesn't discriminate. Crime doesn't have a button down or a tank top. It goes wherever there's opportunity. And here in the Dominican Republic, it's all about where the opportunity is. So, first point I want to get across with the crime here is that it happens now. Recently, it's been happening in the daytime. Like seriously, in the daytime. I know before you'd be like, all right, evening, from dusk, like people get out of work, or at nighttime, you're in the street late. But crime has been happening in the daytime from early mornings, 6:30, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, when the sun is the highest. People are getting robbed. People are getting killed. People are getting shot up. Gang wars going on. It's definitely no discretion lately. And I can see where, in my honest opinion, I can see where the country is doing this thing, where the president is trying to be basically the Jim Gordon of the Dominican Republic, where he's like, listen, we're doing this with the police, we're putting more police out in the street, more training. They're implementing like these new security systems in the neighborhoods. And as you have a Jim Gordon, you're gonna have Gotham City. And I ain't gonna lie, it gets a little Gotham City-ish out here in DR, depending what part you're in. But I know definitely in the South, like Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo is like Gotham City. Definitely like Gotham City. Like people down there do not give a hoot. They would break into your car, rob you, have a shootout, whatever. And I know you guys probably be like, nah, it's nothing compared to the States. The States has a gun problem, needs gun reform, all of that. Okay, cool. Now, how about living in a country where a gun will cost you $5,000 to $11,000, right? Nobody's gonna have the money to buy that, but it seems almost everybody has a firearm, right? But nobody down here is talking about gun reform. Almost everybody has a firearm down here. And I know you see, like when you go to like these stores or these banks or these parks, you see the security guard with the shotgun hanging off their backs, or what's that? The like the night watch, the Dominican night watch, like that green armored van. Got the pistols on this side, but what about the guns you don't see, like taxi drivers or the Ubers, or could be the person right next to you at the Comado buying a Presidente. There's a lot of firearms in the Dominican Republic, yeah. And the problem is there's no way to track them. Who's gonna take the time to be like, all right, let me see if that shotgun's registered or if that pistol's registered or whatever. Yo, I have an acquaintance. I'm not gonna say no names, even though it don't matter. I have an acquaintance. He works a professional job, but he carries around a pistol in his car, right here on his side door. Carries around a pistol, not registered, of course, because like I said, guns out here in the Dominican Republic, they are basically the price of a used car. And I'm not talking about 2002 used car. I'm talking about 2012, $11,000. So guns is a big issue here because there's no way to track it. So it's almost like everybody has a gun, everybody has access to a gun. Now, whether those guns have bullets or not, I don't know. Bullets cost. Bullets are hard to get by. I won't be surprised if they make their own bullets. So, guys, you'd see the craziness that the people out here can make from scratch. Garda Scientist, what's good? What's good? How you doing this evening? All right, so who was it that said it? Tadus dropped this interesting comment to talk about the economy, inflation, and the protests. Inflation, definitely, in my opinion, inflation has led to more crime. How you ask? It's inflation. People get hungry. People get desperate. People feel envious, right? Like, damn, I'm walking, I'm starving, I'm trying to make $1, and then here comes this person driving by in a Porsche, driving by in a Benz, with their fine ass lady with the nice button out shirt. Let me get a come up on him. He looked like he not suffering. He looked like his rent didn't just go. He don't mind that his rent just went up by 4,000 pesos. He don't look like his job pay him 13,000 pesos a month. Let me go get my come up. Let me go rob him. That's where the economy is going. Protests are happening because food in supermarkets are getting too expensive. Gas too expensive. Journey is too expensive. Uber is too expensive. Yeah, even like the Uber drivers are acting up. Like I've spoken to some people, mainly women, who are like scared to take Uber now. The other night we had Jules, shout out to Jules, who was telling us a crazy Uber story with her daughter in the car. It's getting insane. Just like Haitian Gun said, it's like, yo, it reminds me of NYC when it gets hot. Because y'all know when NYC gets hot, like, people be outside hooting and hollering, doing wildness, but I don't know, man. It's definitely getting wild, and with the inflation, the economy, the protests, it's just like, for some people, it's just like green lights, like boom, like, all right, it's my time to shine. There are people here is definitely that place where there are people who thrive in chaos. Who thrive in chaos, who thrive in people struggling, who thrive in like, all right, let me take advantage because everybody's gonna be lacking. People might be working harder than normal, carrying around more money than normal. People might be tired, working more hours, working more jobs. Let me catch somebody slipping while they're on their way from work, or walking into the crib or walking out of the crib. So it's real, yeah. And it happens in different sectors. It happens in every sector because the police, some sectors will have more of a police presence than others. What I mean by that is like the sectors where you have your nice high rises, your residentials, a good investment of Airbnbs or basically where people pay expensive rent. You'll see like the police patrol cars and things of that nature. Like here, you sometimes see them. Knock on wood, nothing really happens around here in Curabo. But the further out you go out of the city, you're not gonna get that presence. I remember one time. Let me fix this camera on my phone, y'all. It's wrong. I remember one time I was dropping this girl off, and where does she live? She lives like ways past Utesa, right? And I kid you not, this is like 9 o'clock at night. There was about 20 to 30 people in the street, and there was about 20 or so pit bulls. It was basically a dog fighting. It was a dog fighting ring right there in the middle of the street. They didn't give a shit because they know police ain't patrolling there. But James, what's good? Good evening. He says, Brazil has one of the highest gun deaths in the world. I'm in Dominican Republic right now. I'll talk about Brazil when I get there, brother. But from what I see, it's ruthless, very ruthless. Just saying. Javier says inflation always hit the poor the hardest. It's bigger than their budget. That is affected. Definitely, man. Yo, just imagine like, your rent 20,000 a month. Groceries that you used to get away with 2,000, now you're paying 5. And then if you have kids and then transportation, man, inflation here is hitting, and it's not kind. Definitely not kind. What do you mean Haitian government? We influence cars. 50 said summertime is the killing season. It's hot on this bitch. Good enough reason. Couldn't help myself. Yeah, it is. No. This isn't pandemic desperation because pandemic desperation wasn't dropping bodies, wasn't seeing people getting robbed at gunpoint. Nah, pandemic desperation, you saw more scams. Definitely, but this isn't something else. It's always hot in DR, but man, this is just, I think it's the crime combating the president. Like, this is like the first time I want to say somebody's taking the safety of the country as serious, like the way he's reforming the police. So obviously they're not going to lay down and just accept this, with what President Abner is doing. They're not going to lay down and just be like, all right, reshape the country, reform the country, no more crime, take our guns. Nah. There was a video like last week, broad daylight, y'all, broad daylight in the South, where it's been floating around WhatsApp. I know you guys probably see it, where in front of a Comado, 2 dudes died. I think one might have survived. I don't know what happened to him. But their Honda Civic, was it a Honda Civic? No. Their Honda got shot up. Yeah, CRV. It was a CRV. Dude was just doom, in broad daylight in front of a Comado. Craziness. Broad daylight, y'all. One guy, 3 dudes in a car. They say it was a drug hit or whatever, but just there was even no discrepancy. There's no discrepancy like, to pull up quietly or just wait till it's dark out or no witnesses. Nah, witnesses or not, dude came, shot them all repeatedly, and just left. 3 dudes in that car. Yeah, Rich, is definitely worldwide. Javier says more private security too in the good areas. Yeah, definitely, because those people are paying for private security because they know what it is. You think they would trust? They don't trust the police enough to be like, all right, you guys are gonna stay here and do your job. Nah, they pay private security. A lot of these places they use private security here in the Dominican Republic. A lot of them. The next point I want to get to is that tourists are not exempt. Um, and Bávaro, see, like Haitian, sorry, like Haitian Gunner said, even gas station robberies, gas station. I said, you know what I realized? Also, Jorge, if you're still here, let me know if you agree. The supermarket that's like right outside my residential area closes early now. And when I came back, I was like, huh, that's weird. Like they'll close like maybe like 8 o'clock, 8:30. I'm like, damn, that's weird. Why? Because of the crime. Nice supermarket, yeah, nice dude, nice family. I know them, but they closing early. Places are closing down early now in the evenings to not get hit. Like HG said, gas station robberies now. When was the last time you heard of gas station robberies that wasn't in the movie? Mr. Porter, what's good? What's good? How you doing? But yeah, tourists are not exempt to robbery. Also, it doesn't matter if you're in a tourist area. You always, no matter where you are, you always got to be aware. Always got to do the right thing. Always got to be aware of your surroundings. In Bávaro last week, this was in the news. There were 2 women who got robbed in Bávaro. For those of you who don't know, Bávaro is in Punta Cana. There were 2 women who got robbed, and the police, I don't know what propelled them to do this, but they caught the dudes. So I believe they took a chain from the 2 women, it's like a gold chain, and the police caught the dudes. But it's how they caught them. They caught them at the pawn shop and arrested them at the pawn shop. I want to see if I could find that. Maybe it might have been in the. It might have been in the Facebook expat group. Ah, I don't. I'll show you guys the picture of the Honda thing I was talking about. We saw in Dominican today, but just so you guys can see, right as day, daylight. Right here. Look at this. Crime wave yesterday left 5 dead. This is June 4th on Dominican. The Honda I was talking about. And dude just right there going off. This was taken in front of a Comado. Hooded man. Yep. Killed 2 of his 3 occupants. And like I said, it depends on the sector. Most of these sectors where the wildness is happening is in the capital. Santo Domingo tends to be like Gotham City, you know. The president is really trying to do something to combat the crime, and crime is responding in full. Crime is responding. Let's see what you got. Rick James says, "How do you rob a gas station?" There's a good age from Rick James. There's a lot here, brother. I would suggest, like I know we was talking the other night, and you have like different goals, aspirations for it. I would suggest you really, really come down here. Don't like put yourself there, but come down here and just like for at least 6 months, right? and just pay attention to everything that's going on in the environment. Pay attention to the things that you see and you hear when you're here, apart from when you're not. And the difference is night and day, brother. Difference is night and day. I'm gonna try to find this post for y'all about Baba though. It's crazy. And Punta Cana, it's like, all right. If you guys would have thought, okay, tourists never get hit, I would have been like, yeah, Punta Cana is the one place tourists would never get hit. But man, two women, there's two guys. Police called them at the pawn shop, and they arrested them. Police took them to go file the report, put them in the back of the truck. You guys don't like those pickups they be driving around. This expat group is full of fluff. I probably should have saved it, but full of fluff. But anywho, Punta Cana, Puerto Plata, Santiago. I want to say Santiago is touristy, but don't come down here with the fact that you have your rainbow shirt on and your sombrero. I'm like wearing a sombrero, and you're like, all right, cool. I'm exempt to the crime because of where I'm going. I'm not going by the locals. I'm going to tourist town. There's different types of crimes, and it's not just a form of tigres. It's not just the people on the street trying to hustle. It's not going to the store and paying 400 pesos for a Corona. There's different types of crime. Crime could come from the woman y'all be with, right? A few months ago, there was a story out of Sasua. This was in the news. Two women robbed. How old was this guy? I think you guys know the story. Two women robbed. It was either 60-something-year-old or 70-year-old of 15,000 pesos, right? You guys like, 50,000 pesos, no big deal. Yeah, they robbed a dude 50,000 pesos in Sasua in his hotel. Police found him. Police found the money. But where police found the money, if I were her, I would most definitely go to a gynecologist where she put that 15,000 pesos. But you're not exempt. Richard, you think it's for the toca de queda? You think so? Before toca de queda, there was no inflation. I don't think during toca de queda, people was more scared of the police. Honestly, for me, my problem was more the police, because if you get caught after curfew, they'll throw you in jail, or you got to come out of a few hundred pesos. I don't know if I can account for the curfew. For those of you who don't know, toca de queda is curfew. That was the curfew here that was implemented in the DR during the COVID times. The average James women are more susceptible to getting robbed out here because they carry around their big ass suitcases all the time, sometimes with their life savings, with the deed to their house, their passports, health insurance, their mom's health insurance, baby wipes. Women carry around everything in their bags, so they're definitely more susceptible to getting robbed. Sorry about that. Obviously, this is where you have the widest gap between the bottom and the top. Definitely, and it's so evident because the top obviously is going to get best protection in the neighborhood, best security. You definitely, but still, bro, you can't be too careful, bro. Even if your social status is better than somebody else's, you can't be too careful because you just never know who's watching, who's planning, who's setting up, what's going on. So definitely the gap is The top, you know, at the top is always better, but you still got to be careful. Stallion was good. Good evening. Stallion says it's all about the money. The worse the economy gets, oh, sorry, I was taking economics earlier. The worse the economy gets, the more desperate people get. Definitely. Yoga, what's up? Yoga, drop this. Definitely watch these mangoes. You guys need to watch these mangoes. You guys come down here and go to the hotels and leave the safe open or leave your money in your pants, or you step out the room. They'd be like, hey, you know, I'm going right down to go get something to drink, and then you leave all your stuff there, right? And then you thinking, all right, she's not gonna leave with anything. She's not gonna have nowhere to put things because you didn't see her throw shit out the window while you stepped out. So as soon as she leaves, you can just go to the window, pick up whatever she threw out, and leave. I've been leaving these safes open around these mangoes. Man, mangoes ain't the only ones responsible for crime, but thank you for that. DMR was good. What it up? No, I'm not having babies next in the DR. Like I said, I'm like one and done. Like all it took for me was like one situation out here and talking to Mario Sunday for me to realize like, yo, I'm like not dating seriously in the DR. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Yeah, the capital is where you have the widest gap between the top and the bottom, between the rich and the poor. So evident. So evident, bro. It's literally like once you go into San Isidro, if I'm pronouncing it right, San Isidro, like you cross that bridge from a whole new world. And I'm not talking about Aladdin. It's a whole new world on the west side. Is it east side or west side? This side of like Santo Domingo, once you cross that bridge. Good evening, y'all, to everybody stepping in the chat. Welcome. Thank you. Guys, please hit the like button. Really helps the algorithm out for me on YouTube. It helps me out. It helps me get my video across to other people who don't know about the channel. And make sure you guys are sharing it with your friends, your other travel buddies. Really appreciate that. All 30 of you guys to like this video. It mean the world to me. Thank you. What else we got? Shano 313 asks, why is it impossible to date seriously in the DR? Shano, you missed 2 great lives Sunday. Part 2 is up. I'm uploading part 1 right now. It's like 18 gigas. Part 1 should be up in like 2 hours. 3 hours, 2 hours. So yeah, tonight we're covering crime, but definitely stay tuned, you know, for the next topic of that. But the latest video on that was on Sunday, Sean 313. So make sure you go check that out. It's on the channel. Don't say it's impossible to date serious in the DR. It's just improbable. I'll be doing a walk and talk on this soon. Good vibes. See, the similarities I see between impossible and improbable is the imp. Definitely the imp, Riches. But looking forward to that walk and talk. Hey, and there we go. First super chat of the night. My man's Kyle Jerome Carter. Thank you. I appreciate you. Says, what's poppin', Chopper Pop? Keep it up. Keep living your life. And man, those 2 streams featuring Mario the other day were legendary. Appreciate you, bro. Sean 313. There you go. Those 2 live streams right there. Definitely, I could say definitely 100%. Change about 5% of the viewers' mind on how to maneuver down here. It probably made another 3% do a U-turn, like, instead of retiring DR, I'm gonna go over here. And definitely made those of you guys who are away or are here and have your girlfriends here give the side eye, like, definitely 2 great live streams. Kyle Jerome Carter, thank you for being present for both of them. It was the first time I ever did 2 lives in the same day, but that was definitely a topic that had to be covered. GS says, my first time into DR, I got hit with something crazy. First and last time anything bad happened to me down there. What had happened to you, brother? Okay, so I gave you guys the example how tourists are not exempt. So I'm gonna give you guys a story of my homegirl. Story on Vivo and on Vivo. So one of my homegirls, I'm actually gonna have her be here this Saturday with Nikki, doing an interview for you guys. Make sure you guys set your notification on this Saturday. This Saturday, I will be talking to Nikki. You guys remember Nikki in the Plaza International video and the shorts that I put up. And not only will I be talking to Nikki, I will be talking to her cousin, Adriana, this Sábado en la noche. So make sure you guys are present, tuned to the notification bells. I will drop the time Friday night. But Adriana got robbed at gunpoint maybe about 30 days ago here in Santiago. She'll tell you. I never tell you guys. I think she's when she spoke to me, it seems like she's over, but she's like, it's just one of those things. Like that's another thing when people down here get robbed, especially when they lose an iPhone, they don't go to the police because the police don't do anything. Number one, they don't do anything. Two, all right, say the police go after these people, right, who have your phone, arrest them. Now what? Now those people are gonna get mad. Those people are gonna want revenge. More likely they'll go look for you in the same spot where they caught you the first time. Especially if they got you outside of your house, just like they did Adriana. Adriana got robbed outside of her house at 8 o'clock at night in the evening at gunpoint. So when she stepped out the door, two guys pulled up on a motorcycle. It's like, hey, give me everything that's in your bag, or I'm gonna load this in your head. So they took her cell phone, they took money, card, they took her passport. I'm like, I don't know why you're walking around with your passport. She's like, oh, because I haven't used that bag in forever, and that's the bag where I store things. So this is like 30 days ago in Bella Vista in Santiago. And I was like, I thought that was a good area. And she was like, it's not great, but it's like just crime has been rampant here. Like, once you like start to like leave the city of the nice parts, like where the Soho is and everything, you really gotta be careful, especially in the evening. But yeah, just it's very common. Two dudes on a motorcycle, one get off, hold the gun to you, walk up on you, hey, give me everything, pat you down, and you like this. Happens all the time. All the time. Sometimes they get caught in front of businesses, get caught in front of a house. Here in Santiago, an area I went to where one time I went to go take my ex to go do her nails. Dude got robbed right there in the street. Right there in the street. It's hard. It's hard because it's like you think like you're fine. You think like, all right, it's this time of the day, nothing's gonna happen. Nobody's gonna want to do this in broad daylight with people around, and people are around and people can't help. What else? African Dominican America, what's up? What's up? Hi, Chopper Pie Chat. First time tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the watch. Thanks for the like. She says, as a female, I have never felt unsafe in DR and I have been all over. Has the crime rate risen this year? Was last there in January. It has risen this year, and especially due to social media, more and more people. You know what's crazy? It's like the more people set up security cameras, the more crime you see, and the more not for weak stomach crimes you see. Like the other day, you just saw somebody at nighttime. This was in Puerto Plata. Dude got stabbed to death in Puerto Plata. It was a little argument, pulled out a kitchen knife, just stabbed the dude to death. That was caught on camera. Um, so yeah, I myself haven't felt. How can I explain it? I'm not going to give you guys a false sense of security. I'm not going to tell you guys it's the Wild Wild West. I myself haven't felt like in danger because I know how to stay away from danger. But at the same time, lately I've been like more like definitely as soon as I get in the car, lock the doors, watch around what's going on around me. I don't text when I'm in the street. Like I don't stay parked up for too long. So I've definitely been more aware. Going to the ATMs, I definitely watch out when I go to the ATMs. It's a habit of mine. I have to start going to ATMs inside the supermarkets or inside the banks and not just park my car and walk up to one. It's a habit of mine that I want to fix for the time being that I'm out here in the Dominican Republic. GSS, I need to send a photographer money to Western Union while I was in the DR. Long story short, no one spoke English in the bank. Yeah, that's why I don't do Western Union, bro. I use Well Remit and Remitly, and I send my money through that, and it gets to the people's bank accounts. What's up, y'all? Good evening. Thank you for everybody joining this live stream. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video on your way in and on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, like African Dominican in America. I appreciate you. I'm fine. What's up? Do you know what Haitian migrants in DR face in terms of crime and disparity? Read a few articles about that. Wonder if you know about them. What I can say, if there's a crime, there's a Haitian around, they will look at the Haitian first. I won't sugarcoat it. Like Haitian gunman said, the robbery at the gas station, they thought it was Haitians. But what people don't get is like, yeah, Haitians be wilding sometimes, but at the same time, they try to stay out of trouble because most of them are here legally. Most of them are here trying to work, make a living. So they are more susceptible to crime because if you rob a Haitian, you beat a Haitian, you kill a Haitian, it won't. I think you guys know the point. Like you rob a Haitian, it's like, okay. So there definitely is a little disparity. I talked to my barber Nico. Shout out to Nico, my barber over there across the street from Utesa, Haitian, and he's definitely like he's been fighting like really fighting to like get out of the DR. He's like almost every time I go there, he's like, man, can you do something about a visa? Somebody like he's like really fighting, but like Javier mentioned, the gap between the top and the bottom. There's Asians at the top doing good, like the restaurant owners, and then there's Asians at the bottom who like are struggling on it. Science says we need Jorge to weigh in on the topic. Sure, if Jorge's here, he wants to weigh in. Whatever. Travel Barber was good. Make sure you guys go check out Travel Barber's YouTube channel. Only go to the bank ATM only in the day, bro. The daytime don't matter. they don't care anymore. They do not care. My grandma used to live in that area back in the 80s. Okay, yeah, how was it back then? AI Brian, what's good? Hello, how you doing? Good evening. Yoga she Fred, Africa. No, I'm not sure who you're talking about, Yoga. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. Most Haitians are definitely scared of being lynched. Definitely scared of being lynched. Not Lynch list, but yeah, y'all know what it is. I don't want YouTube to come on here and flag me talking about lynching and stuff. So yeah, that's Adriana's story. I'll have her give you guys the experience, but it was just sad, man. Like as soon as you step outside your home, and I asked her, I'm like, yo, what are you doing out that late in the dark? And where are you going with your bag like that? She's like, oh, she was just going to the salon around the corner. She's like, house is right here, salon around the corner. She's like, they just pulled up, boom, boom. You know, all she lost is an iPhone and a passport, right? So she's working on getting her passport again. Got a new phone. She still got work, but women ain't, like I said, women are more susceptible to being robbed. Stein, thank you for the super chat. Says we need Jorge to weigh in on the topic. Yeah, Jorge, I'll send Jorge the link if you want to pull up, drop some of his expertise on crime, on safety. So let's get it. African American says, Chaba, he's talking about me. He loves me, but shows in an elementary school style. Oh, that's nice. That's so nice. You guys are playing nice. That's good. Man, it is hot. I don't know what's up with this heat wave. Listen, y'all, I said at the beginning of the video, if you're going to rent in Santiago, there's no ocean breeze. If you're going to rent on the top floor, the sun's going to hit you. And in the evening, the heat is going to rise. It is late. It is like, man. Anyways, so that was one person I know that got robbed, apart from seeing everything on the news outlet, the news media. I have another friend in Santo Domingo, like Javier would say. She got robbed up to the point where she moved apartments. She got robbed to where dude entered through her window while she was sleeping, and she has a baby. He took her laptop, and some other stuff, but she woke up the next morning, window was open, big old Scooby-Doo footprints on her couch, and she was like, nah, I gotta go. Felt in danger. Who knows what else could have happened to her? Dude wasn't just looking for money or come up, right? Broke into her home, through the window, nighttime, baby in the house. Thank God only took a computer. And she moved. She moved neighborhoods, apartment entirely. This was in Santo Domingo. I'm fine. Says, do you know if tourists get in trouble also? Yeah, it's we be having that bunch. Some people just don't know how to act. Some people just can't behave. I don't know who let them off the bus. But definitely tourists get in trouble. Yeah, that type of trouble. Tourists get in trouble also with robbery. That's another point I wanted. Well, that's gonna come up later in the hints on how to protect yourself. Like I said, tourists are not exempt because just because you're in the most populated area, doesn't mean that somebody can't catch you or somebody won't attempt to catch you. Like I said, inflation, the weather, the people, the firearms are giving people more more reasons to get mad, to try things. All right, Jorge says, I've seen more violence in my apartment than in the streets of DR, but I only go to certain areas. That's what I said in the beginning of the video, y'all. Like you gotta know which areas to go to, which areas to stay away from. But Jorge, I want to admit that it is starting to trickle. So definitely, I would say just be more vigilant than you were, say, last year. All right, so I'm gonna share a couple of clips from the police page here in the Dominican Republic, and I'm going to go through some of the latest happenings from this week alone. So, clip number one, we have the recoveries of a crime scene, right? So, es policía captura a un hombre, una mujer, a quienes ocupan tres armas de fuego, una laptop y 75,000 pesos. So the police arrested a man and a woman, 3 firearms, computer, 75,000 pesos. That's like maybe $1,600. I guess I don't know how much 75,000 is, right? But as you can see, MacBook Pro, definitely one of the newest MacBook Pros because you can see the port C right here, the money, the guns. Now, how do you guys think they got them? Let me scroll this down a little bit more. And where does this happen? Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo's becoming Gotham City on us. Man. Gotham City. Santo Domingo and Villa Mela. Look at this right here, y'all. That's how they got everything. They forced open 4 cars. They broke into 4 cars. Not forced them, but they broke into 4 cars. And in 4 cars, they got guns, they got a laptop, and they got money. First person, Edgar Rosario, 39 years old, 8 priors. Rosario Maldonado. She had the guns, she had the computer. They even arrested the person who had the guns. They sold the guns to her, La Señora Luz, and they arrested her. All this, y'all, was from breaking into cars. Four cars. So now what is that saying? You're gonna move down here, definitely live in a residential area, house. I don't do houses unless it's in a gated community, and even unless the gated community is huge. Like there's some gated communities that's like okay and put a part of like Estancia, like where I lived at in Estancia, our gated community was small. Had Eddie as my neighbor, had Captain Kirk as my neighbor, and one security guard with a shotgun. Story time. First time I went to Estancia to my to that house right before I bought my one-way flight to Dominican Republic. This is how good of a job my security guard did. He almost shot me. My security guard tried to kill me, right? Because I came in one night and I was about to go into the home. I was staying at my neighbor's Eddie crib at the time, and he was like, "Who are you?" I was like, "Oh, I'm a friend of Eddie. I'm staying at his house until my house is ready." And he was like, "No, I don't know you. I know Eddie's in the hospital. I can't let you inside the house." And at the time, I had a little bit of a shorter fuse than I do now. So I was like, "What the fuck you mean I'm not going inside the house?" And my Spanish still wasn't the greatest. So I was going off Google Translator, half Google Translator, half broken down Dominican Spanish. And I was just like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna have somebody else speak to him because I can't call Eddie because Eddie's in the hospital. He's knocked out at this time. So I called this girl that I was dating from the airport in Puerto Plata, and I had her speak to him. And she was like, "Hey, senor, listen, he's staying here. His bags are in there. This is the person he stayed with. So and so, so and so. Can you let him in?" And he's like, "No, who the hell are you? I'm not letting him in." So I'm like, "All right." So I start walking to the house. That this dude with his shotgun. He's like, "Listen, if you go any closer, I'm gonna shoot you." I'm like, you gonna shoot me to go in a house that I have the keys to?" And he's like, I don't care how you got the keys, but if you go any closer, I'm gonna shoot you." So that at that time when he did the neighbors came out and it was like, "No, no, no, Nicolai, él está quedando aquí, sí, está bien, suena todo bien, right?" And I was like, "Look at you, you dumbass, for not listening." And I ain't gonna hold you. I held a grudge. I ain't talked to him for like maybe a month or two. But at the same time, he was doing his job. Maybe too much of a job. Like maybe he could have used a little bit of common sense, some discretion on that. But that's the story of my security guard in a small residential area. Now, if you're parking your car in the street, if you're living in one of those open style apartments that maybe don't have a gate, or one of those barrios or neighborhoods that don't have any private security or whatever, you might be in trouble depending where you are. Stalia says strap a bomb on your body where everyone can see, including the robbers. See if they come near you. Man, you strap a bomb on your body, you're gonna have more problems than robbers, Stalia. Yeah, do not listen to Stallion, please. Not listen to Stallion. Jobs are available, but jobs are not paying well. This I'm fine. This is the Dominican Republic, so with the inflation and people making little, there definitely is that factor going on that people can't make ends meet. And you have people that can't make ends meet. You have people looking for a come up. You have lazy people who have a gun. It's just a whole mixture. All right, you guys are acting up in the comments, asking for Jorge. Respect the man. His mom is still up, but if you want, we could do a part two. So Blue Vega was good. He says, so if Santo Domingo is Gotham City, does that make Santiago Central City because it's in the middle of the country? Central City is where the Flash is from. It's a good point. Yeah, yeah, you can call it Central City. Not as hot as Santo Domingo, but it'll still have its moments. Santiago will still have his moments. Good comparison. Do security guys really have bullets in those guns? I heard their bullets are rationed because they're so expensive down there. So I presume they fire sparingly to save the expensive bullets. All right, so that's a great question. I myself, having worked with shotguns and the military, just out of curiosity, every time I see those security guards, I look under to see because we all know a shotgun can hold well, their shotguns hold six. So like that last bullet will always like be seen just like from the bottom. And I think maybe one time, my entire time living in the Dominican Republic, I've seen maybe like a fully loaded shotgun, just one time. So that's very interesting. Very interesting about the bullets. That's why I'm like, yo, how is all these kills happen? Like, because aren't bullets expensive? Where are they getting the bullets from? That's why I come with the idea like they're making bullets in the patio. Like they got to be making bullets in the patio. Only way, because I'm like, man, with so many guns and so much crime going on, where are all the bullets coming from? So el crimen es como muy abnormal. Okay. My guy says, make sure you guys go subscribe to Jorge's channel, My Journey Mom. Definitely a very, very great up and coming channel. And the okay. In the Dominican Republic, he says, as an expat, don't move to any country if you have to move to the hood. Jorge, please elaborate what you mean on that, because some people are not going to understand. As an expat, why would you leave your home country, let's say the United States, right, to go to a foreign country, to go live in the hood of that foreign country? I want to know, at what point did the logic hit you? Did the logic hit you while you were making a plan, while you were packing your bags, while you were at the airport, while you get off the plane? At what point did the logic hit you, if at all? A few years ago, I've known of a few people who lived in the hoods. Like, yeah, I live in the Dominican barrios because my rent is 3,000 to 4,000 pesos a month, and it's cool, and I know the neighbors, and the girls are easier to talk to, and it's cheaper, and blah blah blah, and I have one bedroom, and I get to save. Okay, it's 4,000 pesos rent a month worth of security. Like my guy Mario said on Sunday. What was the phrase here? Las cosas que está barato sale caro. He's like, the things that could come cheap will end up being expensive. Like Javier says, it's like 400. It could be like 400 degrees in the hoods of Santiago. Facts. That is facts, man. You ever hear those? You ever hear the places where like even the locals don't want to go? Like either like, no 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 no. Even the people from that area like, no 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 no. It could be 400. Yo, don't sleep on Santiago. Yeah, Santiago gets busy also. It can get busy in some of these areas. I need to be careful. Chasing them mangoes and not getting the money right first. Yeah, that'll have you moving to the hood. That'll have you moving to the hood. Blue Vega asks, can you list a few of the best neighborhoods in Santiago for X Factor State? Definitely it's downtown, where like the Smart Fit and the Bravo is, and Soho, that area, definitely downtown. Cerro Alto is a good one. Gurabo is okay. Villa Olga is a good one. Villa Olga is a really good one. And maybe around the monument. I know Torre Real 6 is around the monument. So yeah, moving on now. That was one police clip. And just to show you guys that not only regular folk are exempt from crime, I don't know if you guys heard about the judge, the ministerial that got killed. His friend shot him. Asesinato de Orlando Jorge Mera. Hice una campaña en no me reservan. So he killed him for some unresolved business. Basically a politician, yeah. Ministerio. He in the Dominican Republic. Friend killed him. Not only the locals are exempt from crime. People are resorting to violence faster now. Faster than ever. I thought it was bad in the States. Here, man, you could owe somebody 20 pesos off a Domino's game. They probably end up shooting you. Look at this one right here. It's in English for you. It says a man killed another with several shots in the Cambodia sector in Barahona due to old grudges, the police reported this Wednesday. Both men had an old fight of which no details were given to commit the crime. Dominici basically pulled up on a motorcycle, shot at a person, and then that was it. And you know, it's a problem with like, I'm gonna go through some of the comments from like the people of this country. Somebody's like, I'm going to move to the deepest hill in the country. This is a jungle. And this is the comment. This is the part I was making. She says they are selling bullets cheap, and it gotta be. It gotta be, bro. It gotta be a sale. Somebody let me know if there's a sale at the Comado for bullets, for magazines at Price Smart. I'm gonna go check out Price Smart. That's crazy. And this is the last police one I wanted to share with you guys. And after that, we're gonna scroll through the police page, show you guys about, so you guys could stay up to date on your own news. For those of you who are here for a certain amount of time, right? I'll get to the comments in a little. I see ya. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Super chat also. Super chat me. Now this is one that like really stuck out to me. Right here. Más de 270 personas apresadas, 25, 25 cars recovered, and 30 firearms recovered in 1 week, y'all. In 1 week. So in 1 week, we have 270 arrests, 25 vehicles recovered. So that means these cars were stolen. Yes, cars do get stolen down here in the Dominican Republic. Yes, cars, bikes, whatever. Yo, even in my residential, Jorge, I don't know if you were here at the time or you remember, but you remember some dude had his dirt bike stolen, like in a building across from me. He had his Honda dirt bike stolen, and he just drove it out. It was like 5 in the morning. So 30 firearms recovered, 25 vehicles recovered, 168 personas de drogas y balas. So, well, I guess, how can I say personas? Come on, I guess packets, whatever. 168 drugs recovered and two scales from the week of May 16th to May 22nd. So this is, you could say the police are doing their job, right? The police are doing their job. They're active. They're moving. Now, what about what you don't see? What about the areas where you fail, where they fail, things that don't get reported? Because claro, they're gonna report, the good. Because mira, policia, every day, we're doing good. But that was always the case. It was always success stories like these. There wouldn't be crime. There will not be crime in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, 270 people, 25 stolen vehicles, 30 firearms, 168 portions of drugs, and two scales in a week. In a week. Casos de abuso sexual abuse. San Cristobal. Crazy. And I'm just not reading this. Man identified, the initials DP, is being looked for sexually violating an 8-year-old. October last year. Recuperación de los vehículos. The caso de este periodo. Recovered a Caro, Nissan Sentra, gray, was stopped immediately. Was robbed during an attack on May 11th in Villa Maria. What is Villa Maria? Sounds familiar. And this is the funny part. We're gonna go to the comments. I love reading the comments on posts. Yeah, I just love sipping my tea. Like, let me see what the people are talking about. People here like de boca, right? De boca. Ya se inventaron. ¿Dónde fue eso? Las pruebas. The people here don't believe it because they're like, all right, y'all arresting this much people, recovering this much stuff. Crime is still going on. Crime is hot. Hot. Crime is hotter than your Dominican girlfriend frying salami for your Monday night dinner with the plátanos. Salami and plátano y huevos. Crime is hotter than that. So people are calling basically cap. They're like, nah, you lying. Anyway, I've asked, but I didn't want to get into it. I wonder if our security guards are armed. They have to be, right? They gotta be. Stallion, even that is too much for DR. I ain't gonna hold you. But if you got it, you got it. I don't even think Russ paid that much. Shout out to Haitian Government for the super chat. Always showing love with the super chats. Always, always. Like you said, 5 or better for Chapapa. Let's go. I appreciate you, Haitian Government. Nick Bomb, always showing love. Blue Vegas says Chapapa makes the DR sound like the story from that Escape from New York movie. JK. Bro, this is like my first like crime video, y'all, because I've always like ignored the crime. I've always said my P's and Q's, but like when it's happening like to people I know, to areas I know, I'm like, okay, this is something I should talk about. Just for a warning. Definitely just for a warning. All right, so we went through the murders, the robberies. Now we're gonna finish up with how to protect yourself. So this is for the ladies. This is for the guys. How to protect yourself. Number one, ladies, if you are a female expat and you don't have a boyfriend or you don't have any male expat friends, or you don't live near any male expat friends, try to make friends. I would say definitely buy like mace or pepper spray, or have like a very, very sharp set of keys. Travel light. Stop going around with the suitcases on your arms. Leave the important things at home. Maybe even if you don't need your ID, go out with a picture of your ID. If you're not gonna do nothing important that day, um, go out with cash, no wallets. Another thing now, people have been, well, not people, women. I was just talking to my boy Tomas today. He was like, "Yo, women are now scared to get in Ubers." It's at a point where, like, yo, even with the Uber drivers are like, some of them are acting up, harassing women, attacking people, robbing, setting them up. And I'm like, what has been going on in this month and a half that I've been away? To where on Sunday we heard the story of Jules and her Uber situation, to now where it's like, damn, my boy's like, yeah, I gotta go pick this girl up, because I was like, I'll get her Uber. She's like, she don't want to get in an Uber. So one of the rules I want to give to you guys, so I already spoke to the ladies in terms of Uber. If you're gonna go pick someone up and it's an unfamiliar neighborhood, offer to send them a car. Send them an Uber or InDriver. You guys can download InDriver. It's another taxi application here. And if they don't want Uber, meet them in an earlier part of the day, right? Be like, okay, I'll come pick you up. Be like, all right, is there a way you can meet me here? Try to always meet on the main street. Never do the snake maze way into these barrios, into these back blocks where they have the huge crater in the middle of the street. Nah, don't do that. Be like, hey, can you do something? Earlier time of the day, the better. Also, some advice for male and females: get a reliable driver. Get a reliable driver. Get a reliable errand boy, reliable moto. I got two of those that even sometimes I don't even use the Uber application unless I'm in a hurry and my driver's busy, or my driver's like, hey, I'm a ways away, just use Uber. But definitely make sure you guys get yourself a confident driver that you can trust and call on. So like, hey, can you pick me up? Hey, tomorrow I need to do this, I need to do that. You pay them a little bit more to take you to places. You pay them a little bit more to wait on you, but at least you know you have your own private driver. Like I said, people are getting scared of Uber. Now, I don't know what's been going on with the Ubers since I've been gone, but women in particular are scared of Ubers. Another thing, and this is more for the males and women too, because women tend to do it. I spoke of the story in Bávaro, Punta Cana, where the two women got robbed for their chain, and the police caught the dudes at the pawn shop. Don't come down to the Dominican Republic dressing flashy, please. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all coming down with the Mr. T chains and the Gucci kicks and the Supreme satchels, fanny packs, and it's not necessary, y'all. It's not necessary. Your Gucci kicks, I could get them in Bella Mall for 8,000 pesos. Nobody's gonna know if it's real. Nobody's gonna know if that's Gucci or Supreme, if it's real or not. Only you. So don't wear it. The gold chains. What you need a gold chain for in Santiago? What you need a gold chain for in Puerto Plata? You're gonna bring a gold chain to flex, take pictures, do it at the Airbnb at the crib, but not in the street. You know what that looks like? When you come down here with a gold chain and you're flexing and you got all your clothes on. Y'all know what that looks like? This is what it looks like. Food. You are food. Cut you up, put you on a plate. Gold chain. Thank you. Oh, iPhone 13 with the clear case. I can see your 3 cameras. Don't mind if I do. So a Supreme fanny pack. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a very, very nice shiny Rolex you got there. Thank you. You're food to these people. Dressing like that, coming down here. For what? Yeah, I heard Dre say it about Colombia. DR ain't no different. What are you dressing flashy for? What are you putting a target on your back for? Somebody drop a comment for me, please. What is the reason to dressing flashy, calling attention to yourselves in these countries? Enlighten me, please. Maybe there's something that I don't know. Maybe there's a point that I'm missing. Thank you, Jorge. You still gonna pay anyways. Your Supreme Satchel gonna get you a discount. Your chain's gonna distract her so much, like, just take the pussy. I'm blinded by your bling. Just take it. You're still gonna pay. Rick James says, I love the fact that you don't need all that stuff to meet women. They don't care for that stuff. Exactly. It ain't gonna get you a discount. I have yet to see on Tinder a woman say, "Hey, if you come down here Gucci'd out, I'll take 2,000 pesos off the price," or I won't dog you out, or I'll be an honest person. Garner Sizer says, "Don't stay safe, just stay dangerous. I wish somebody would. Don't let my tie fool you. I'm not a tough guy, but I can be. I do a set boss with attitude." Yeah, bro, I get it. I get it. I'm the same way. I wish people wouldn't try me. I wait for people to try it, but we're not in Kansas anymore. And apparently they're selling bullets at your local McDonald's and Happy Meals. So it's like everybody got a gap now. I wish I had one. If I was staying in DR, I would definitely invest in buying a gun. Definitely. That's another thing. Would I buy one here? Would I ship one? That's something, but ain't no way I can buy them for $5,000, $8,000, $11,000, $12,000. Ridiculous. Man, they be overinflating it. Everything. Jason Johnson, what up? He says most of the time the flashy is just the front. Yeah. Definitely is. All right, so Javier just put up a taxi company. EMI Taxi has always been reliable for us. Thank you, Javier. All right, so we got past the dressing, the flashy dressing, right? One thing I can tell you guys is no matter what time of the day it is, if you're walking, if you find yourself walking in the street, and this happens all the time. We see video clips on the police pages on Dario Libre. If you're walking, please, please, please It don't even matter if you hurt somebody's feelings. Please be aware of a motorcycle with two people on it. Be aware of the motorcycles with two people on them. I know in the States, you can be like, all right, you can walk in the opposite direction of the motorcycle because of the traffic or because of whatever. It don't matter here because you guys know there's no traffic laws. I'm watching a video right now. It's gonna get it's to line up my next topic. But for the motos are like the motos can end up being like your worst enemy. I get the camera. Motos can end up being your worst enemy. Like I said, it don't matter if you're hurting these people's feelings. Watch it. Two on a moto, step away from the curb. Go inside the store if you feel unsafe. Depending on the area, especially the time of the day. I go back to the Adriana sample. She got robbed at nighttime, 8 o'clock, right outside her crib, right outside her home. Got robbed. Two guys on a moto, gunpoint. Money Travel says, I have a lot of Dominican friends in here that have nice cars and everything. No issue. It's all about and how and who you move with. Agreed. But it's all about the wheres too. How you move, where you in a nice residential, you in a nice neighborhood, less susceptible to happen. But you just never know when you're being watched. I know Jorge has a story about that. I'll let him share that on his own time. But you never know when you're being watched. Don't matter if especially if the car is nice. I'll let Jorge share that story another time. I'm gonna share it for him. But let me screen share this for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about on the motorcycles. Look at this right here, right? Right here. Pay attention. Whoop! Come snatch the lady's purse, and I'm out of here. See ya. Peace. Y'all see that? He get ready to cross the street. He don't even know what's in that bag. He could be taking was that a purse or just like a laundry bag? Look at that. And that was just one group. They roll in pairs. Sometimes they roll in pairs, sometimes they roll alone. When crossing the streets, look 4 ways, right? You're gonna look left, right, straight, and behind you. Don't wait in this little area right here to cross the street. Don't wait for the cars. Nah, wait on the curb. Always wait on the curb when ready to cross the street. Don't wait right here because you're leaving yourself open to any form of incoming motor traffic. Don't wait right here. She's getting ready to cross the street. Not entirely her fault, but she did stop, right? She did stop to look back, right? And in that moment of stopping to look back, the dude came and took her stuff. I'm gonna find something else with a moto. If I keep scrolling, I'm gonna just share the page with y'all. Let me share the police page, y'all, so you guys can follow it. For those expats watching right now, for those of you looking to come and spend time in the Dominican Republic, for those of you moving, I know Javier is moving down here in a few weeks. This is the Policia máquina, right? So you come here, you'll get your police news. Policía arresta hombres sorprendido robando dentro de una casa. Police surprised a guy inside a house that broke in to rob. More robberies. Robberies. Gotta be careful with the motos. Try to see if there's any more moto videos. Rest of the dude that shot in the air. The bulls. But yeah, motorcycles definitely got to be careful with them. Police have them too, but you just never know because it's like motorcycles are like cell phones out here, in my experience. Make sure you guys, for safety, check out the police page. What else? Be aware of the malls. If you're gonna walk, like I said, if you have to walk, if you absolutely have to walk like a distance, a place that's more than 10 minutes away, walk in front of places with security cameras. Walk in front of places of businesses. Always look for homes that have like the cameras out in front and walk in front of those places just in case. Why I say do that? Because God forbid, knock on wood, that something does happen. They have it on tape. They have the evidence. Maybe sometimes a license plate. Maybe sometimes they can get a face. The dude has a mask off, whatever. So my Chopper Pod's advice: walk in front of places, business. If you have to walk, like a distance, don't carry your wallet on you. And another thing, don't do this or this or this when waiting to cross the street. It's crazy. I know y'all probably think like, yo, is DR Colombia right now? Nah, DR's not Colombia. Shout out to all my Colombians watching. Got my people out there. Got mi amor allá in Colombia. But it's definitely Gotham City. Definitely tough. Ya tú sabes. No me jode con tu coro. Don't come here like a bobo, un tonto. You're not in Kansas anymore. This side of the East got motos and guns and crimes and breaking into cars and apartments or whatever. If you're gonna move down here, like Jorge said, do not move to the hood. Security is a must. Front gate security is a must. Make sure that place has good security. What I would suggest to you guys, and this is like a jewel I would drop in my comments, live if you can in the evening, right? Go to the evening and then see how the security guards at nighttime. See if the security guards are asleep. See if the security guards are up, paying attention. If they're knocked out. I've gone to a few places late at night. I've left a few places late at night. And I've had to like honk to get the security guard's attention, or nobody's in the booth, or it's just ridiculous. So if you're gonna come live down here, security is important. Definitely, area is important, neighborhood is important, and who you know. Any questions? Like I said, this is a very, very short live tonight. Once again, thank you to the super chats, Haitian Gunman. Any questions? Any comments, concerns? Like I said, I dropped the email right there for you guys. Real Chapapa TV. There it is. At gmail.com. Hit me up for any consultations, any questions you may have in the Dominican Republic, where it be about living, buying, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, getting married, residency, taxes, buying a car, internet, hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up. It'll save you the headaches. Emails right there, y'all. I've been doing this. Santiago. Hit them super chats up. And let's get ready for Sábado, 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 Sábado. That's another thing, Haitian government, never pull out knots. I know some of y'all who come down here, right? And y'all, this is y'all in like the middle of the street, right? This is y'all in the middle of the street. Y'all like this. You're like, these ain't Dominican pesos, by the way, it's Colombian. But this is y'all just like pulling out knots with a rubber band in your back pocket, you like, and your little chain on, and your shorts and your flip flops, and you're like this in the street in the Dominican Republic. Now I'm chilling. I'm in Puerto Plata. I'm in Puerto Plata chilling. Yo, where's that 2,000? Where's the 2,000 peso you say he's gonna give me for that chick? You're like this. I don't even know why y'all leaving around. I don't even know why y'all walking around with your whole vacation fund in your pockets. It's weird energy to me. Weird energy. Blue Vega, it's hard. I've walked around with backpacks, definitely like for places far. But I guess it depends where you walking. Where you walking to? It's hard because you don't even see Dominicans with backpacks like that. Yeah, start paying attention to that. Like how many Dominicans you see walking around with backpacks? Shoot. All right, yeah, I'm about to close out this live. This is just a very short educational live. And like I said, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Thank you if you guys are here for the first time watching my live stream. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Hit the like button on your way out. Saturday. This is the last live until Saturday. Unless something drastic comes up. Last live until Saturday. I'm going to have not one, but two Dominicana. Dominican. Right here, Chapapa Studios, interviewing the real spill, talking to you guys. Bring your money. Bring your cash apps. Because it'll be not even a super chat night. It'll be a cash app question night. I'm setting up right now. I'm talking to the women about it. A cash app or Zelle question night. You cash app me your question. With your name on YouTube. I'll find your question. I'll put it up like this. I'll be like, yo, shout out to Haitian Gun for the cash app. Here's what he has to ask Nikki or Adriana, or here's his comment. This is how we're doing it that night. Saturday night. So make sure y'all come ready. It's going to be, like I said, I'm leaving the yard, kicking all the doors down. So it's gonna be a very, very picante, a very spicy live Saturday night. AC, what it do? Yo, shout out to my guy AC, man. Definitely one of the dopest people I've met off YouTube. That guy's definitely helped me more ways than one. Helped me get rid of some stuff in the apartment as I get ready for my move to Brazil. So shout out to my dog AC. Like I said, y'all, emails right there. realchapapatv@gmail.com. Notification bells, like the video. Share this with your traveling buddies. Share this with your buddies who plan on coming to live down here. And I will see ya Saturday, sábado.